You really don't remember anything, Crane. Keep on saying Craden. Your blabbering confuses me. You're playing around with Zerg like they're your allies, but do you realize that is all merely an illusion, a simple trick made to disorient you? You're not Zerg, Crane. You're Terran. You're one of us. You're simply caught in a state of mind that restrains you from realizing your true self. What? Quit your nonsense. I did not come here to listen to you. Well, you got to. Well, yeah, you're gonna have to, alright? It's time you learned the truth about yourself, Crane. Whether you believe it or not, it's up to you. You're the ones working for our organization, Crane. You're one of the most professional scientists we had ever signed. You assisted us in bringing our plans to life. With your aid, we developed a form of parasite, one that attaches itself to the Zerg nervous system, takes control of all their actions. Damn. However, in its early stages, we had barely any control over the Zerg ourselves, and as a result, the Zerg and Cazador went on a rampage against us. We were all forced to land a nuclear gas bomb on our entire operations center here. Unfortunately, not all our troops survived this. There simply wasn't enough time to evacuate everyone, as the Zerg made their move. Everybody either died from the rampaging Zerg, or excessive amounts of radioactive gas that followed. The infestation can't be cured, so it's impressive that they made a parasite to dominate Zergs. That is, everyone but you. I don't know how, but for some reason that radiation didn't kill you. Nearby Zerg took your mutated body away. For a reason I do not know. What is all this? Eventually our organization took it one step further, creating microscopic nanobots and connecting them to our parasitic organisms, allowing us to aid the parasite's control over its Zerg host. In addition, this allowed us to effectively take control of the complicated Protoss minds, giving the modified parasite the tools needed to breach and disrupt their sonic stability and connection to the Kala. That might work. Kala connections by the nerves by their nerve dreads. As you've seen today, these parasites are constantly developed inside side emitters that we've deployed, where they spew out the gas and controls the Zerg mind in the vicinity. You see, all of what's been happening to Zerg, you are the one responsible. You achieved all of this yourself, through your own efforts. Apparently the Zerg wiped your memory completely though, leaving no recollection of the whatsoever man you once were. That kinda happened with Kerrigan. No, it actually didn't. No, this cannot be true. Why do I suddenly feel this intense pain in my head? You're starting to realize it, aren't you, Crane? Eventually, we started seeing potential in your newly acquired form. So in a recent invention on Cazador, we took you hostage, in hopes to conduct experiments on you. As it turns out, you're not so eager to be experimented on, your escape caused far more damage for a company than I'm willing to be responsible for. That's why I wanted to speak to you in person, to offer you a deal. A deal. I don't want that, man. Basically, you assist us in our plans by using your Zerg to fit our needs. In return, we forget everything about Cazador and all the Zerg that still have a free mind. As you are the only one that can take command of Zerg with such precision, you can make this operation significantly easier for us. Why should I help you? What happens if I decline your ridiculous offer? Then our war continues, and we hunt down every last uncorrupted Zerg mind in the sector. I'll leave it with your choice, Crane. Decide carefully, as the fate of you and your Zerg may change drastically, depending on your decision. With our forces combined, we could take control of everything we want, destroying all those who oppose us. I'll be returning to the planet you so carelessly unleashed your rat on. I just got reports that we got some unwanted visitors there. Ooh. It's your decision, Crane. Regardless of your answer, I'll be awaiting you. Come find me there. Ooh, that's cool. Teleporting mechs. So, plot twist. Possible. Part of me feels that he could be lying, but he's given way too much information well, if it's presuming it's accurate information, he's giving way too much to just lying, because he's basically giving him steps in basically giving him information on what he's doing, possibly even ways to undo it. Well, he hasn't given him the answer to it, but he possibly put him in the right direction. And if since that guy still has, plenty of control over himself and whatnot, like he isn't just some mindless, infested town. He's still seemingly pretty smart and all that. He might be able to, figure out a cure to it. Of course, he could be completely lying. It's impossible, we haven't seen enough to be sure yet. But presuming the information is accurate, then he's probably isn't. Oh, that guy's got an alliance crest on his shoulder. Interesting. Damn it. Trying to make sure you've got vision. I think you have. Annihilation 8, the Wandering Shadow. These are the intruders. I'm not going to play for much longer. I'm going to show you the intro cutscene, then I'm going to call quits. Annihilation 8, the Wandering Shadow. With the Zerg samples examined, Rink believes that he has localized the source of the virus, a planet located in the far outskirts of the sector, named Netmac. As our heroes appear to be getting closer to uncovering the truth, Baldwin has arranged a meeting with two of his acquaintances, who are also the leaders of the CPG. The planet shows a high population of R.S.S.I. annihilators, a number that could quickly cause too much trouble to handle. In order to fully investigate this place without causing too much havoc, Reeves has volunteered to infiltrate it personally, and hopes to uncover the secrets of the Zerg corruption and the R.S.S.I. I know, it feels weird for them to call it Zerg corruption. It's just, that was a term the others were using. Feels they should have a different thing. But I'm nitpicking. I nitpick because I love to nitpick. That's the only reason. It still kind of works, I just feel, meh. Again, I like to nitpick. It's not really a criticism. I just like nitpicking. Frequently overly critical of things. Just like, yeah. And yeah, I do it to my own work. That's why I don't like looking. Like, I'm trying to write my own story, and I don't like rereading my notes because it's just like, oh, I hate it. Like, I only wrote it 5 minutes ago, but I hate it. And I thought it was awesome then, but clearly I was, functioning retarded 5 minutes ago. Clearly. This mission is not about speed. Take it slowly and observe your areas carefully to navigate through them with success. Hard. I do this on principle. Like I said, I started doing hard missions before, hard RTS missions before, and I've kind of kept going whenever I have the option. Tried brutal on a few occasions, and it's too much. When I do Mapsters, I'm doing that because it was suggested to me. It provided there's no music issue, like the music's set up right. It doesn't appear to have a custom soundtrack, thankfully. I'll be doing it on brutal. Oh, sorry, not. So this is Netmac, huh? I travelled an awfully long way to get here. This place looks absolutely stunning. Be on hard, not brutal, which was what was suggested. You think that's impressive? I'm personally more impressed by the fact we're able to enter the planet's surface without being discovered. But hey, to each their own. You're right. There's a decent number of soldiers down there. It was suggested for me to do brutal, but I'm doing it on hard because brutal's too much, I would presume. So Baldwin, who are these guys we're supposed to meet up with down here? Remember the CPG I told you about a while ago? They're commanders of it, just like I am. And they have some of the best soldiers I've ever had the pleasure of working with. Just like me, they're assigned to cleanse the Zerg threat, but on a different world. Apparently not only Caltis was affected by whatever's going on. This place good enough? Yeah, sure. I need to be taking care of some errands, so I won't be going with you. What? Errands? I do need to make a living, right? That's fine, Doc. I expect to be able to contact you if we need anything. Yeah, whatever. Kids these days can't do anything by themselves. So, how far are we from our destination? Shouldn't be too far now. It's also great finally being able to get away from Rink for once. I heard that, you worm. That was completely unintentional. Oh, sorry, completely intentional. Let's move, Reeves. I thought he was being sarcastic. I misread it. I've only like a second to read it before I have to start talking. So, if I get the wrong emotion to it, that's why. Well, I'll be damned. Look who we have here. Oh, cool. There's the guy with the lion's crest. How they aren't seen, I'll never know. What's up, soldiers? Long time no see, Commander Baldwin. Pleased to know that your trip to this planet was a safe one. And I assume this individual right here is the investigator, Maxwell Reeves. Baldwin spoke about you. I'm Cole Faring, Commander of CPG Forward Movement. This is, right here is my associate, General Harris Arrow. I sincerely hope little Baldy's short temper didn't make you reconsider your allegiance with him. Hey, shut it, Cole. You know very well how much I hate you when you call me that. Well, what can I say? I do my best. This guy, man, keeping it calm no matter what kind of precarious situation we end up finding ourselves in. You really are something else, Reeves. I'll tell you that. Anyway, it's an honor to meet you. How did you boys manage to get here? Our little endeavor in Caltus 4. We ran into this guy going by the name of Edward C. Rink. He's a remote weapons manufacturer and engineer who searches for new tech, crafting schematics and selling them to the best bidders. He was kind enough to fly us over here. I, Cole and Arrow here, fought alongside the Terran Dominion during times of war. We're part of a specialty unit used to protect the key points of Korhal from enemy forces. This nationalized militia was known as the Starling Protectorate, and led by Commander Aaron Starling, who created it in hopes to form a powerful government for the creation of Korhal. Eventually, I and those followers were here put on the same team. Those followers here... Anyway, enough of that. What's the deal with these soldiers here? Have you been doing any digging on them? I'll read it once I get out of here. Guards stationed all over the planet. Voting them during our landing here was quite a challenge. You got any ideas of their identity? I've never heard or seen these guys before. What we fought in Caltus was pretty much exclusively Zerg. It was only thanks to Rink that we were able to lead to this. We led to this region, and neither have we. However, I'm willing to bet that these are the ones responsible for mind controlling the Zerg. Many have attempted to do this in the past anyway. Wouldn't call it that. According to what Rink told us, these devices are far more than simple mind control. They're a virus, function in a very much different way than any in the past have done. That's exactly why it'll be important to learn more about these guys. I really like those camera angles. What's up? Commander Baldwin, you alright? Yes, of course. Now Baldwin also has the crest. Say, did you bring any reinforcements with you? That's just it. No, we haven't. You see, we wish to put the opportunity that we've just gotten by arriving undetected to good use. We figure sending in a large force would quickly jeopardize our operation. It's way too much unnecessary damage and what needs to be dealt. So what you're saying is sending someone with years of experience in stealth investigation is our best choice to proceed. Indeed, this is a large compound, so they must have some computers or any form of technology that can give us some more info about the people here. You're waiting for me to volunteer, aren't you? I realize that it's a bad start to a friendship, but I assure you that you're the most qualified to undertake this mission, which means we'll have the highest probability of success. You realize Palnai will be the one controlling me, right? Sure, it's fine. I'll volunteer without hesitation. You sure about this, Reeves? You think you can make it? Don't you worry, Baldy. This is what I was trained to do. Ooh, crotch shot. Sounds like it's all Metal Gear Solid. Reeves, I really do appreciate you doing this. Don't worry, I'll guide you through if I pick up anything of importance. Reeves' cloaking device is a crucial component to infiltrating enemy bases without being seen. Warning, this device is not functional under any form of detection. Manufacturer will not be responsible for any damage one may cause to themselves or under any influence of cloaking field. No refunds. He's now outfitted with a permanent cloaking field, allowing him to move undetected around the enemy units. Beware of detectors though, as it will reveal your position so other units can start attacking you. To avoid too much of a disturbance, Reeves cannot attack any enemy units or use energy charge. This means that you'll have to run out of detection range if you're discovered to avoid getting killed. Typical. Message log. It was only thanks to Rink who led to this region in the first place. I, Cole, and Arrow here fought alongside the Terran Dominion during times of war. We're part of a specialty unit used to protect key points of Korhol from enemy forces. This nationalized militia was known as the Starling Protectorate, led by Commander Aaron Starling, who created it in hopes to form a powerful government for the citizens of Korhol. Eventually, I and these fellows were put here. I and these fellows here were put on the same team, and we've known each other since then. I'm just thinking in regards to this. I don't know. It's just sounds strange in regards to the context, to the actual canon of StarCraft 2. You know. Like, I don't mind, oh, here's this group that existed. I have no problem with that. It's just, you created it in hopes to form a powerful government for the citizens of Korhol. As in, the Starling Protectorate becomes the government, or they become part of it, or, you know, like, I feel that needs to be rephrased, or maybe expanded upon in an extra comment or something. I presume it probably will be at some stage, but, well, I hope so. It just seems strange. Like, I'm thinking, does it groove with the well, I suppose it doesn't have to, but that's where my mind is right now. So, one sec. It doesn't necessarily have to groove with the canon of the StarCraft games. It can go completely against them and still be a good story in its own right. It's just, I'm obsessive about things being, you know, exact. That's why I'm, well, not necessarily annoyed, but off with the psi emitters. Oh, they attract Zerg by via noise. No, they attract Zerg via psi emission. You know, they replicate the psi signature, drawing into Zerg, which run off you know, psionic power, and you can use them to say words as a Zerg swarm to a planet. You know, it works a little differently. But overall, like, I do like this. I do find it interesting. It's just this nitpicking, because I love to nitpick. That's it. So, what time is it? 8. Yeah, I'll probably have to stop soon. We're wandering a little. Reeves and CPG forces have managed to enter upon the surface without being discovered. Now, instead of sending an entire strike force upon the planet and wreak extreme havoc, Reeves have decided to infiltrate personally, hopes to find any information that he can.
See you there.
Oh, that's creepy. Plant with teeth.
I have far too much invested in this undertaking to see it fail. Very well. Everything I could have hoped for.
Something with this guy.
Scooter. Everything is in motion to begin the final act.
He was just fixating on him for some reason.
It's your call.
Wonder what that's
See you
about.
there. Keep it up. Already.
Anything over here?